Hi, welcome to the Beyond the Bell information meeting. We're just going to give everyone a couple minutes here to log on before we get started. While we're waiting, I always think it's fun to do some trivia questions. So I'll ask you some trivia questions. If you want to go ahead and answer it using the question box, that's what we're going to be using today if you have any questions, so you can get familiar with that. So our first trivia question is, which dog breed was traditionally kept by monks in the Swiss Alps to find lost travelers? Now, I've already asked the panel this question, so they cannot answer. But if you guys want to go to the question tool and answer, you're more than welcome to do that. I see a lot of people are logging on. Oh, we've got some correct answers with St. Bernard, so congratulations. Next question, because everyone loves trivia. Which planet shares its name with a chemical element? Which planet shares its name with a chemical element? Oh, yes. We've got some right answers coming in. It is correct. It is Mercury. Now, the Park Ridge Friends of the Park Foundation does a trivia night every year, so as a fundraiser. So feel free to look for that. It's usually in November. What is the only bird that can fly backwards? What is the only bird that can fly backwards? Oh, you guys are smart. Yes, a hummingbird it is. Let's see. I'll try to get a harder one. Which is the world's hottest chili pepper? Which is the world's hottest chili pepper? Oh, I think people are thinking. Oh, Tiffany, you should sign up for trivia night. It is the California Reaper. So congratulations to all those correct answers. You all did a great job, and I know we're not here to do trivia, even though that would be fun. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with tonight's presentation. Hello, my name is Julie Grieve. I'm the Recreation Program Division Manager, and would like to thank all of you for joining us tonight for the Beyond the Bell information meeting. Before we get started, I wanted to go through some housekeeping items. When you joined, you heard that as an audience member that you are muted and your webcam is off. It will remain this way throughout the presentation. If you have any questions as we go along, please use that question module. This is indicated by a little question mark on your screen. Just type your question in there. We'll answer your question either privately, or if we think your question pertains to the entire group, we will read your question out loud and answer it so everyone can hear the response. Thank you again for joining us. I would now like to introduce our panel here. We have Megan O'Neill, our Youth and Special Event Supervisor, Robin Battaglia, our Youth Coordinator, Debbie Myshak, our Customer Service Manager, and Meg Halley. This is her second day with us. She's our Rec Administrative Assistant, so we're glad to have her. And now, I know you don't want to hear me talk anymore, so I'm going to turn it over to Megan.
Hey everyone, just very quickly, we're going to go over an overview of what we're going to talk about this evening. So we're going to talk about the history of Beyond the Bell. The next slide will be about information. We'll go through a typical day of Beyond the Bell. We'll discuss the academy classes, who our staff are, communication between both yourselves and the sites, and then myself and Robin, emergency procedures, how to prepare for Beyond the Bell, and how to register. So, one ahead. So about Beyond the Bell. Beyond the Bell was formed, in 2014. Was when it went to all the schools. In 2013, we had a rollout at our first school, which is Roosevelt. So we've been doing this for 12 years now. We work hand in hand with District 64 to provide a safe before and after school program. The Park District is happy to bring recreation to the schools to help the students start and both end their days. The Park District Staff provides a wide range of activities, including indoor-outdoor play. We have homework areas, arts and crafts. We utilize different spaces at each school. Some schools we use the gym, some we use the multi-purpose room, some we use LRCs, depending on what activities are happening at the schools. We sometimes will use classrooms as well. So next, I'd like to introduce Robin Battaglia, our youth coordinator, who supervises the day-to-day aspects of the Beyond the Bell program.
Hi, thanks so much. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the daily Beyond the Bell information. So when you're dropping off your child in the morning, a Park District staff member will be there to greet them by the door and check them in. Staff are visible with their BTB uniforms, different shades of blue. We have light blue, dark blue. For pickup time, have your IDs available. We ask for a photo ID, and we're releasing the kids to make sure that this is someone who's on your EPACT form. Information on EPACT will be covered a little later this evening. We will be checking IDs until we recognize the persons at pickup. If you need to add or remove someone from your pickup list, you would be talking to your site coordinator about how to follow through on that. Please indicate any allergies or medicines that your child might be using. That's also information on the EPAC form. And even though BTB is supposed to be a fun place and we don't like thinking about the discipline policy, if a situation arises, we will contact you and work through the best solution for your child and other children. And who are the staff? Each site has a site coordinator and an assistant. The afternoon sites and assistants can be contacted directly via phone or email with any concerns or questions. All of our staff members complete an extensive training program that includes supervision, daily operations, safety techniques, emergency procedures, and daily activities. And let's talk about a typical day at Beyond the Bell. So mornings, we're available from 7 o'clock in the morning. You can drop your child off. We start with quiet games. Kids finish homework. We have board games, Legos, Creative Corner. The gym opens around 7:40, 7:30 in the morning for organized games. And by 8:40, the kids are lining up to go to the classrooms. The younger grades, we walk to the classrooms. The older grades will usually just join the line of kids going to their classroom. Afternoon, we have check-in, snack that they brought from home. And after that's completed, kids can choose the homework area, Creative Corner, which once again is like Legos, board games, different, coloring sheets, art project, and outside play or gym time. We are a recreation facility. We really like having our kids outside, getting some fresh air. A question, perhaps? Oh, I don't have a mic though, so I can't hear you.
Thank you for reminding me. Just a couple questions that we have popped up. Do we drop off our children in the gym or outside?
So they can just go to each school will have a designated Beyond the Bell door. They're typically the door that is adjacent to the largest gym, which is going to be the spot that we have Beyond the Bell. It varies slightly by school just because of the layout of the school, but you can bring them to the door and we'll check them in. So you don't have to enter the building. But yes, you do have to get out of your car and bring them up to the door.
And one other question regarding snack. can they bring a snack breakfast in the morning?
They can. We would prefer to have it be nut-free. Just, I know that's not really the same policy as D64, but we try to maintain a nut-free environment. We don't really have a time specifically set up for a breakfast snack because kids are arriving, when it's convenient for the family. So it's not like all of our kids are there at 7 or 7:30. So when a kid brings a breakfast bar or whatever they bring, typically they will stay in the hallway or adjacent area with the counselor, finish their snack, clean up if they need to, and then go into the program. So I hope that answered it.
Perfect, thank you.
Sure. And next slide, how to prepare for BTB. So once you register online, you are sent a link for ePact. ePact is our online software system that includes all of the medical information, people who are authorized to pick up, people who are not authorized to pick up, anything that is pertinent to the safety and handling of your child. Not handling, but we ask that the ePact information be completed prior to the first day of school, just to be safe, just to have us know specifically who is, to be called in case of an emergency. If you have any changes that you need to make in the ePact, you can go online, you can change that yourself. This is not something that we can change. If it was just something like your neighbor or your aunt are going to be picking up your child this day and they're not on your ePact, you can communicate that to either myself or the site coordinator, and we can follow through from there. And as it says here, please talk to your child about the program, let them know what to expect. There's, especially for our young ones, that's a lot of change. I'm happy to say that most kids really enjoy going to Beyond the Bell. It's a time for them to meet new friends. It's one of the few environments where all those different grades are together, which can be, a good experience for kids. And yeah, just help talk through what they can expect. Another element, next slide, please, is academy classes. So we offer academy classes at various times through the year. We just had a couple new offerings drop for this year. They are an additional fee. They are a nominal fee. I think they're really cost effective for what we hope to be offering. They are either art, science and nature, cooking, technology. Currently we have a cooking class that has, the food of the rainbow, and a STEAM class that is a world science type of class. The prerequisite for the academy classes is that your child is enrolled in Beyond the Bell. So it's a narrow group, and it's just another opportunity for you to have additional offerings for your child without them leaving this site. And communication. We want to keep communication open with the families. So feel free to contact us directly with any questions to either the site coordinator or myself via phone or email. Each Beyond the Bell site has their designated email address and phone. Those are active during program hours. If you have something that you want to tell want to have out there, whether or not it's a different pickup or whatever it could be, you can contact me or Megan outside the BTB hours. And as it states in here, all the schools have a live doc of the current enrollment of BTB kids. So teachers can look at that, they can confirm whether or not a child is enrolled. But certainly if you were to add a day, I would additionally email the teacher just to give them a heads up. We also utilize newsletters to keep families informed about upcoming activities, sometimes just to show pictures of kids doing cute kid things, or staff highlights. We like to do a staff of the month if possible. And, just anyway, anytime you have a question about the program or, anything about it, feel free to reach out. And I am going to turn it over to Megan at this point.
Hi, everyone. Come on back on your screen. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to talk about our illness plan. If your child is showing any symptoms of pink eye or anything illness, we ask that you keep them home. If they do come to our program and they're showing any signs of illness, we will separate them from other children and give you a call as quick as we can to see if we can get them home or get them taken care of. We do not share this information with District 64, so if your teacher knows that your child is sick, you also need to let us know so that everyone is on the same page with this. And moving on to our next slide. Let me get there. Our emergency procedures. So all of our staff are trained on emergency procedures, be it lost child, tornado, fire, suspicious person. So if there is a suspicious person around, we will bring all the children inside, and we don't let anyone in the building unless they are part of our program. All of our staff is trained with ThorGuard. So ThorGuard, if you don't know, detects lightning, ground to sky lightning. And the staff know that if they hear one long blast, they bring the children inside. 3 short blasts means that it's safe to go back outside. And if for some unexpected reason we lose power or there's flooding and there's unsafe conditions at the schools, we will work with District 64 and obviously the Park District to find a safe alternate location for the children until pickup can be had. If this does happen, we will contact you via email or group text if that's possible, but it might not be. You can always send us a text too, and we'll update our voicemail on each phone so that you'll know what's going on at all times. Again, these are just emergency procedures, just in case anything happens. And now I'm going to turn it over to Debbie for how to register for the program.
Debbie, just a second. I'm going to bring Robin back on for a couple of questions before we get into registration.
Okay.
Okay, so Robin, Academy class question. So if someone is registered in before care, can they attend the Academy class in aftercare?
Short answer is yes. They would probably need to either add that day to their registration, even if it was just for the short term for while the class was on, because typically the classes are from 4 to 5, and we watch the kids, we'll be in control of the kids between 5 and 6 or whenever the parents pick up. So they would need to have that enrollment also. But it's easy enough,
And then at the end of the school day, do teachers walk BTB kids to the gym, or where do they meet? So how do the kids get to aftercare?
Yeah. So again, it varies slightly between schools just because of the logistics, but the kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade will be picked up by Beyond the Bell staff. So some schools, the kindergarten is just adjacent to the Beyond the Bell hall, and those kids will wait along the wall until the staff member goes with the clipboard. They do one hash mark check-in, wait till the halls empty out a little bit, because we really don't like bringing 5-year-olds down a busy hallway. And then we bring them to the gym and finish up the attendance. So typically kindergarten, first, second grade will have like a location where they're picked up. Third, fourth, and fifth, they walk down to Beyond the Bell. A lot of their friends are going. They feel very empowered to do so. To be perfectly honest, it takes them a little longer than having us come and get them, because there's always the one that's checking a locker on the way, or they have everything they own shoved into their locker or whatever. But yes, they're considered our older kids, and we expect them to come down to our program.
Thanks, Robin. And then I just wanted to, a couple people have asked about what time aftercare ends. So I just wanted to not reiterate, but say aftercare ends 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. So the pickup time would be 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Debbie. Oh, sorry, Robin, go ahead.
Oops, am I back here? Yeah, just, people pick up whenever it's convenient. Typically by 5:30, the vast percentage of our kids are gone. And it's, just whatever works for the family. But we're there until 6, so, rest easy.
Thank you, Robin. All right, Debbie, you want to take us through registration?
Sure, absolutely. Can you advance one slide, please? Thank you. All right, so Beyond the Bell registration is right around the corner. So starting on Tuesday, April 1st at 9 a.m., that will be for our current families that are enrolled in Beyond the Bell, either online, or you could come visit us in person here at the Main Park Leisure Center. I do recommend doing it online. And then for any of our new families coming into Beyond the Bell, new registration for them will begin on Tuesday, April 8th at 9 a.m. online or in person. Registration will remain open until August 1st at noon. After noon on August 1st, anyone registering will be placed on a wait list. And then depending upon school availability, starting September 12th, they will start evaluating those wait lists and seeing if there's anything we can do about the kiddos on the wait list. Registration, if a school site reaches the maximum registration or enrollment prior to August 1st, then the registration will be closed, and then wait list will be started at that time. Okay. So we like to keep the Beyond the Bell program affordable as possible for our families while still offering a very valuable program of both quality and enrichment for our kiddos. So the average cost per day before care is $8.07 a day. After care for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is $11.51 a day. And then Wednesdays, due to it being a wacky Wednesday, there's more time for aftercare. That cost per day is $15.42. We do have a couple of different payment options for you. You can either choose to pay your programs in full, or you could take advantage of the monthly payment plan. And then there's a $25 deposit that's required at registration time for each option per child. So if you register for 5 days of before and after, that's $25 per. So then your deposit per child will be $250. And then there'll be 10 remaining payments of what are the equal amount split up over 10 payments, 10 months, starting August 15th through May 15th. And that will be charged to the credit card that you choose at the time of registration. And then if there's any changes that you need to make for Beyond the Bell, there's a $10 administration fee per change per child. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you here before you get into the rec track portion because we just got a bunch of questions here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the first one, okay, so if, so current BTB families do not automatically get enrolled. They do have to register. They do get priority registration because this is something that we have done for the families, and they have relied on this care. So we know it's hard for new families to come in and get spots. I would like to say that currently there is not a one wait list individual at any of the schools. So we do try to accommodate as many students as we can safely allow in the spaces we allow. The school has been great of trying to give us more spaces, and as long as Robin can interview and get qualified and trained staff, we do accommodate as many students as we can. If you have a child who's already enrolled in BTB and you have an incoming kindergartner, yes, they can both register at the pre-registration. This one, okay, Debbie, this one I think I need you to answer. They're a current family, but they're changing schools.
Oh, okay. You'll need to contact us because we'll need to figure out how to get you to be able to pre-register for the new school then. If you wanted to give me a call tomorrow, maybe, I can give you my direct line.
Yeah, and I have their family name too, so.
Okay, yeah, we can chat tomorrow with that question because we have to do some figuring out then for you, but we could absolutely make that happen during priority registration.
The number of students we accommodate is different by school. Some schools numbers are higher than others, just based on the need of that school, and that does change each year. So, I just don't know. I feel like at one point, well, Robin can correct me, but I feel like at one point, Franklin was lower, and then all of a sudden it was one of the highest schools. So it kind of all just depends on the school and the year. Okay, I'm trying to go through these. Debbie is going to talk about the flexibility to change days. So yes, you can change days. There is a fee for that. That's involved, but yes, you can change your the days. No, they do not need to register Monday through Friday. You can actually pick which days.
What you need.
Yep, you sign up for a Monday, you can sign up for a Tuesday, you can sign up for AM or PM or AM and PM. So every day, which is really odd for most park districts. It's usually you have to sign up for Monday through Friday, AM and PM. I know I had to do that for my children, so I love that we can offer a varied schedule to meet the family's needs here. She's okay. They've heard that it's hard to get into BTB. Yes, that can be true. I do recommend registering on the first day. Again, we do try to accommodate everyone as quickly as we can. Luckily, we're seeing an increase in the number of applicants that we've had since COVID. If you don't make it in the first day, please bear with us. We will try to accommodate as many people as quickly as we can, but again, as safely as we can. They're asking for the maximum enrollment. It's about 100 to, I think our top school is 200. Please correct me if I'm wrong there, Debbie.
It just depends on the school. It depends on the school.
And it depends on our room sizes. Let's see, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to go through these really quickly. Pre-registration process for new families. So if you have never registered with the Park District before, prior to registration, fill out our family information form and get yourself in the system, get your login, password all set up. And make sure you check your residency before the first day. Okay, I think I hit most of them, Debbie. I think I hit all of them. So if you want to go ahead and I will double check the questions.
Okay. Let me just, hold on. We're going to do some finagling here and we're going to swap some screens. So just give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. So what screen am I showing, please?
This is your Google.
Perfect.
Screen.
Okay. So we're going to go through a live demonstration for a Beyond the Bell for registration. So the first thing you need to do obviously is get online. So and to our website. So the website for the Park District is prparks.org. And then once that loads, you're going to scroll down just a scotch and get to the online registration box here and click on that. That will redirect you to our online site. You'll need to log in. So I'm going to do that right now for my account. And then as you can see, you are logged in here. So there's a couple of different ways you can search for Beyond the Bell with the online registration. So you can either, under the search dropdown, we have all of our 2025 schools listed here. So you can just click on one of those, or you can go under the activity search that way. And then you would, under the program category, scroll down to Beyond the Bell and then click a search. Okay, and then these are all of our programs for Beyond the Bell that we're offering to the 2025-26 school year. This way you just need to scroll through the page until you find the school that you're looking for. So I'm going to work specifically today for this demonstration with Carpenter. So right now in my family dynamics, I have one child that's already registered in Beyond the Bell and is attending currently for the school year. So I'm a priority registration, but I have an incoming student for next school year. So that's what our scenario is for this registration. So we'll go through that. So I'm going to choose Before Care first. So you just open up and expand that. And then I'm going to need, we need 2 days of Before Care. So I'm going to choose Monday and Wednesday. And then I'm going to scroll down and I do need some aftercare. So I'm going to choose Monday, Wednesday, and Friday aftercare. As you can see, I have a list building here on the bottom of my screen, which is fine. So everything that I checkboxed is already listed here. So from here, you're going to choose Add to Cart. The next screen that populates is you will have all the family members that are age eligible for this program. So Stephen is my current student in the Beyond the Bell program, and then Bobby is my incoming kindergartner for next school year. So I need for both of my kiddos, I need the 2 days of Before Care, the Monday, Wednesday, and then I need the 3 days of aftercare. So you're going to check box each one of those for each child. If you don't need one of these days, just simply do not check that box. Then click Continue. Here on the next screen, you're going to be asked to select what grade your child, in this case Bobby, will be entering in the fall. He's going to be going to kindergarten. So I'm going to choose kindergarten. Very important. And the next step is your billing option. So from here, you could either choose a payment in full for the day or the payment plan. So you have, if you were on a payment plan with us already, possibly for summer camp, preschool, or the current Beyond the Bell school year, you might have a credit card saved in here. So pay attention to the last 4 digits of the card you want to choose, or add a new credit card. For this case, I'm going to choose the one card I have on file ending in 4066. And then we're going to scroll down, and then we're going to do the waiver. So I am signing as a parent or guardian for the participant, and I'm going to type in my name. And then we're going to initial that and then continue. Again, you're going to be asked this for any day you're registering Bobby for the one particular child. It does not save the answer, and you cannot do a copy bill because every day of the program is a different fee. So you have to choose this each time. So again, I'm going to choose the payment plan for the credit card ending in 4066 and continue. Now we're on the aftercare for Monday for Bobby. So we're going into kindergarten. I'm going to choose the same payment plan option, go into that same credit card, continue. We're going to have to do that again for the Wednesday aftercare for Bobby. So we're going to do that on kindergarten, and we're going to choose the same credit card for the payment plan, credit card ending 4066. One more for our kindergartner, which is Friday. He's going into kindergarten, choosing the 10-month payment plan for the credit card ending in 4066 and continue. So Bobby's all done. Now we move on to the before care for Monday for Stephen. He's going into 5th grade. So we're going to choose 5th grade. I still want to do the payment plan. So I'm going to choose a 10-month payment plan to the credit card ending in 4066. Now we do have to do the waiver for Stephen. As you can see for Bobby, it was one and done. We're going to do the same thing here for Stephen because it's a new participant. Sign your name, continue. And we'll have to do each of those questions again for Stephen for the grade and the payment. So I'm just going to click through here. So now we're on the aftercare for Stephen, going into 5th grade, same payment plan to the credit card ending in 4066. Wednesday for aftercare, 5th grade, same billing option to the credit card ending in 4066 for the 10-month payment plan. And then finally, we have Friday for Stephen, 5th grade, the payment plan to the credit card ending in 4066, continue. So that's all of my options for what I need for my kiddos for next school year. So as you can see, all the options are here, $25 deposit per camp, per day per child. So I owe $250. So you proceed to checkout. And then you could figure out and then finish your payment method here. So answer all the needed questions and then click the I'm not a robot, continue. And then from there, you will get your email, your receipt emailed to you immediately once you finish that process. Okay, do we have any questions on this?
Yeah, sorry. It took me a second to get my camera back on.
No problem. Okay.
So for the monthly payment plan, you said it's $25 per session to use?
Well, it's a $25 deposit, yes, per option that you choose. Correct. And that $25 gets deducted off of the full fee of the okay, for example, Wednesday aftercare is $225. Your deposit today is $25. Your remaining balance that gets paid over the 10 month will be $200. So that's $20 a month then for 10 months. So the $25 is part of the fee toward the full fee of the program for that, whatever option for that day.
And one other question, just confirming registration is 9 a.m. on April 1st.
Correct.
And then the other question is, will there be a waiting room?
No, there will not be a waiting room for Beyond the Bell. It's not as, the traffic is not as heavy as when we do camp registration.
And that the waiting room is determined by the amount of people, and our registration software is the one who implements that waiting room. We don't really have control over that. Someone had trouble during camp and it froze up on them. It froze up on me as well. So we understand that. We have spoken with our software company. There was, they identified something with the receipts that was making it slower. So they have identified that. So we are not anticipating any problems, but with a lot of technologies, it's a love and hate relationship. So we are anticipating a great registration, but anything can happen.
Right. The other thing, sorry, go ahead, Julie.
I was just gonna say, so current families are April 1st.
Correct.
And new families to BTB are April 8th.
Correct.
Okay.
Both at 9 a.m.
And yes, you will find out right away if you have a spot or if you're on the wait list.
Right.
And
yep. Yeah, I wanted to just touch base that if please go on the wait list for any of the options that you need should something fill up. We do, monitor wait list, and we do work on enrollment all year long, all year, the whole school year. So just be patient, and then hopefully we get to you guys. The other thing I wanted to show that if you happen to get on a wait list for one of the Beyond the Bell options, if you go to your drop down here under your family name, under the My Account, and then there's this My Pending Enrollments, you can monitor the position here where your child is on any wait list with the park district. So like, for example, my little guy here, he is on the wait list for Hot Shot Sports. He's currently wait list number 9. So you can check the status as well anytime. You can check to see if your positions have changed, for any of the wait lists that the kiddos are on with us.
And then Debbie, I had a question about adding it to your wish list.
Adding it to your wish list, that will make the registration on your whatever day you are registering with us a little bit longer of a process to register. I prefer building that list method and then adding it to the cart, because if you're doing it off of your wish list, you're going one by one adding that to your cart, as opposed to doing making that list. So back to the before care here at Carpenter, as you see, I'm building this list, which is it's a time saver in my opinion. And the same thing for aftercare. If you have, and then you're going to get, so you have all the options chosen, you built this list down here, and then you're adding it all to the cart at one time. You can't do that off of your wish list. And then you just, again, check box the days that you need for each child. This has taken me, maybe 60 seconds to do, as opposed to doing a minute per each one coming off of your wish list. So I like building this list instead of going one by one off of your wish list. I hope that helps.
All right, Debbie. All right, so let's say they have registered for BTB, and all of a sudden their schedule changed. Their child gets into something and they have to cancel out. Are they prorated?
Yes. So if you need to make a change to your Beyond the Bell enrollment, we ask for those changes to be requested via email. In that email, you can send it to you if you want to jot it down now, but we'll have it for you later as well. It's recreation@prparks.org. And then once we get that change request, we will take care of it. There is a 5 business day period that we do ask to have those changes made and communicated to both the District 64 staff and our staff. So if you email us on a Monday, it'll take effect then the following Monday. So, just you'll still have that full week to use that care. So kind of, if you can, give us, more than 5 business days and we should be fine. And then yes, fees will be prorated, and then there'll be the $10 admin fee applied as well.
Okay, I am producing the questions. I had a bunch coming through here. all at
Okay.
once.
Do you want me to kind of, I can help with some of the easier
Well,
ones here.
I feel like some of them I've already asked. Okay. The question is, do most kindergarten students get a spot? Like I've said before, we do try to do our best to get as many students into the program. I can't say 100%. I don't know how many are leaving the program and how many are coming back. So it's kind of every year is different. So, we do try to do our best, and that's also why we have registration here in April, because that gives Megan and Robin time to see what the need is, get the returning staff in place, and then see how many staff they need to return. Or need to hire. We do a 10-to-1 ratio. So, one staff can get 10 more kids in the program. And again, right now we were able to accommodate. I can't make any promises, but I can tell you that we try as hard as we can. And then residency verification. So with the deadline, Debbie, if the residency,
just as a correction, residency is not required for Beyond the Bell.
thank you.
Because it's based off of the schools. So residency does not come into factor for Beyond the Bell. So even if you're expired right now, it will not, you'll be able to register April 1st or April 8th.
Because you have to be a school participant to be
Correct.
in that school.
Correct.
So you couldn't register for Beyond the Bell at Roosevelt School and be in Skokie. So you have to be a school participant.
Yeah, it's based on like a field, for example. I think there's some Niles addresses, some Niles families that attend field possibly, and they could be non-residents to the park district, but resident obviously to the school district. So we don't, residency does not play a factor in Beyond the Bell enrollments.
Yes, and that does not, that doesn't mean if they're enrolled in the school, they're enrolled in the school. But to get priority registration, you do need to be already enrolled in the Beyond the Bell program. And then I think people are just trying to get an idea of how many spots. So do you know off the top of your head how many are at Roosevelt and how many are at Field? Again, these change every year, but just to give an idea.
Yeah, I can do a quick look here to see what we have.
You're still sharing your screen too, Debbie.
Do you see RecTrack or the website?
I see the website.
Okay. What schools? I'm sorry.
Roosevelt and Field.
Okay.
Oh, Robin says Roosevelt is 150.
Yeah, I would say they're pretty up there.
Carpenter is 110.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't. We won't require anything from the school that says you are enrolled. So I'm not sure when kindergarten enrollment is, but you don't have to. We won't ask for any identification that you're enrolled in the school. And then someone asked about emergency days. We really don't do emergency days. They are really hard for this, for the safety of the kids. We have a set number of kids, coming on Mondays and Tuesdays, Wednesdays, every day is a different set of kids. So if we have a child that's just coming one day here or there, that is hard for us to communicate to the school to make sure the teacher knows that that child should be there, and that the BTB staff need to remember to expect that child. So we really try not to do emergency days. If there is a day that, I guess there are a couple options, like if you think that you will need Tuesdays, you can sign up for Tuesdays, and you could be paying for days you're not attending. Or you could, I guess, withdraw from Tuesdays and re-enroll on Tuesdays, but that would mean paying the $10 admin fee and also risking a spot being there or not being there. So I'm not, so I guess you kind of have to talk through that. You could always call Robin or Megan to kind of go through that. Are they separated by age levels? Robin, do you want to grab that one and talk through that?
Oh, I am back. So we do not separate them by age. So the kids will be, in their grade lines for attendance for aftercare. On the whole, the kids will stay with their peers just by choice. And in the afternoon, we try to divide, if we have one gym that we're using, we try to divide it so that, half of it will be the third, fourth, and fifth graders doing a game, and the other half will be the youngers doing a game, just because they obviously are at different stages in their development. But there will not be specific areas for like only the kindergartners or only the first graders. Do you have another question? Or?
I think so.
Okay.
I was just typing one. Okay, is there any orientation for the new kindergartners?
No, not really. I mean, kindergartners, there's no doubt it's a big learning curve for them. They're going to a big school with a lot of, big things. They have a library. They have all these things. I remember it's, it is mind blowing for a little kid. But most of them adjust to it pretty well. And our staff are sympathetic to, to our kids and different challenges they may be facing at that time.
And they are, I mean, they're walked down by the BTB staff and they're lined up with other kindergartners.
Correct.
And then BTB staff go through all the rules with all the children. And so they get into a routine pretty quickly.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm good.
Okay, and then what about communication with site coordinators? For example, they want to communicate which days their child will come, or to notify the staff of picking up, like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all for it. So you can email them, you can text them. What we tried to explain in the previous slide is the site coordinators may not have their phone, their phone active outside the beyond bell hours. Some of them will have a point where they check it in the middle of the day. You're welcome to email myself or Megan. We will relay any, questions, concerns. And in terms of changing the day, like if you sign up for all the week and you decide you really don't need Tuesdays, just email me and we can get the ball rolling for having that withdrawn.
Okay. Do the staff offer slight help with homework if the kids have questions?
Yeah, absolutely. So a big percentage of our staff are high schoolers, which, they're not that far removed from some of those lesson plans and they will gladly assist. We are not tutors. That's, so we don't go over and check their homework to make sure it's done, but definitely we have a couple people at the homework table to answer questions and hopefully lead them in the right direction.
And then Okay, so this is a good one. So if so first time registration, you want to register for everything, and not everything is open. Should you just register what is open and go on wait lists? I would say yes. That would be
Yes, the answer is yes.
The answer
We
is
want to, on the wait list, we may be increasing our enrollment capacities throughout the year. So the enrollment capacity numbers that we're able to support successfully in August may be different from the one that we are able to present at the end of September or the 1st of October. We're adding to our staff all year. So yes, and when we're able to increase our numbers, we're calling people in order of registration. So if you're number 3 on the wait list, you're going to be closer up to bat then.
And then I had a note about going through household account again. Explaining that again, Debbie, I think that's for you.
What exactly do we need to go through?
Can you explain again about having a household account? So I think
right.
In the system.
Yep. So if you're attending this presentation this evening, you received a link from us. That means you do have a household account. If you wanted to check that information, you can go ahead and do that through the online account under your account, and I think it's household management or household profile. The other thing I wanted to make sure everyone's aware of is please make sure that your primary email on your accounts is where you want email communication to go to. If there's a wrong or an old email that we have, then you're not going to get our communications. So it's very important that that primary email is accurate on your household account. So you can check that again through your online account, or give us a call here at Main Park, and we'd be able to confirm that information for you over the phone. So if you received the link today via email, that means you have an account. If you don't have an account, then we'll need to get a family information form. You can get that from our website. Just search it under the registration tab, fill that out in full, all family members, and then email that into the email on top of that form. Once your account is created, you'll get a couple emails, one from our system, and then one from us, from our staff members here, saying that your account is up, ready, and active, and ready to go. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then Robin, can you go just back through again the pickup of the notifying the staff of pickup? Should they reach out to the phone, or should they just show up?
They should do what they're most comfortable with. You can certainly walk up to the door and say, I'm here to pick up Becky Sue, and we'll get them ready. I think you will find it takes children a surprisingly long time to put 2 things into a backpack and walk 15 feet to a door. Most people find it more convenient to either text or call the Beyond the Bell phone and say, I'm on my way, and then we will try to get a kid ready. That's not to say it may still take them 5 minutes. I mean,
Especially
you have counselors going, you have counselors in there going, Dad's waiting, come on, let's go. But yeah, whatever you're most comfortable with. I think initially, especially if you're new to the program, it might be a little more comforting to walk up to the door, see a face of the people that are there watching your kids, just so that you always walk up to the door to get them. But anyways, just do what feels right for you.
And then Robin, I don't know if you or Debbie can give an idea of what the typical wait list at the start. I guess they're looking specifically for Franklin. I'm not sure that we can answer that.
So I think, Julie really hit the nail on the head when, she talked about pre-pandemic and post. I mean, I think we found things sort of did a reset after COVID. I mean, we started out pretty slow right after, and the following years have been, a lot of enthusiasm for the program, a lot of numbers. Franklin has not typically had very big wait lists. At the same time, they have a really substantial program at this point. So we would have to really be, seeing into the future to give you anything besides a guess. But, hopefully we can accommodate everyone.
And then Robin, this is a new question. They live close within walking distance to the school. Can their fourth grader walk himself in the morning to BTB?
Yes, they can. So I think on the EPAC form, there is a question on the EPAC form that is whether or not a child can be released at the end of the program. I don't actually think, I'm not sure
That's
it's
older than fourth grade, though, I'm thinking.
yeah. I don't know. I
Um,
mean, considering the fact that they're leaving their guardians, however their guardian determines it's appropriate for them to get there, I don't know.
They would not be in our care until the child checked into BTB. So I guess that
Right.
would be a parent decision. But again, no one would be watching that child until they physically walked in. So if they saw friends and decide to go to the playground, we might not expect them or know that they should be there.
And I know people think, your kids are very mature in a lot of ways, but, like Julie said, a shiny object and they can get kind of distracted. So.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Megan, Robin, and Debbie and Meg for being here tonight. I have run out of questions to ask. I appreciate everyone's questions in the chat. If there's something you feel we missed, please feel free to reach out to any of us. We know that this, can be stressful, and that's not the goal. B2B is a lot of fun and has a lot of participants, and so we just do our best to help as many families as we can and give kids someplace fun to go before and after school. So again, if there's any other questions, please feel free to email any of us, and we look forward to having your children in BTB. Have a great night.